Hi, everyone. Welcome to Homemade Pythons. Thank you so much for clicking and joining us today. If you are new here, welcome. We're so glad that you found us. And if you are coming back, thank you so much for joining us again. Today's video is all about the bookish things that I love having with me when I am reading on my Kindle or with physical books. So I'm going to go through a list of 10 items today and tell you about them. They are in no particular order. I tried to put them in an order of favorite to least favorite, and I couldn't do it. So I tried my best. So this is just a random order of the 10 items that I just can't live without that I think you're going to enjoy. And I'm going to tell you where to find them as well. First, we're going to start with the Kindle remote. Now, this is for your Amazon Kindle. It has two pieces. It attaches on the Kindle itself, and that's kind of the receptor for the remote. And then there's a handheld remote that goes with it. It's a very simple Bluetooth process, but you do need to keep up with both pieces in order for it to work. Originally, I was a little concerned about the remote kind of getting in the way, but honestly, I don't even notice it anymore. And I can't live without it. I really resisted getting the remote at first because I thought this is the laziest thing that I have ever done in my life. I wish I hadn't waited so long to get it, honestly. You can find these on Amazon. They come in different colors, you can get different designs, and they can come in different types of kits. My remote actually came with the next item on the list, number 2, my Kindle stand. I got a Kindle stand because honestly, I was reading my Kindle at night in bed and falling asleep with it landing on my face because I was holding it over my head while trying to read, falling asleep, and then it was crash landing on my face. With the Kindle stand, I don't have to worry about that. I just fall asleep with the remote in my hand. I found mine on Amazon and I decorated it with a little Vampire Diaries little wrist charm, which I got on Etsy. Number 3 is the book page light. Now, I'm not talking about a normal book light that you clip to the back of the book. I'm talking about a book light that covers the entire page, and it's a game changer. I saw someone have this on Fable, and I was like, what is this magic and where did you obtain it? I found this on Walmart, and this thing lights up the entire page while you are reading. It is so incredibly cool. You can change the color to 3 different temperatures, and you can also change the brightness. It is rechargeable with a USB cord, meaning you can carry it around wherever you want, and it also can just sit on your desk like a little lamp. There is a downside of this. You really cannot touch the actual light itself. You have to hold it by that bottom bar because it loves to smudge. It is so attracted to fingerprints and you will notice them. For me, also, because I live in a house full of animals, it also is really attracted to pet hair. So keeping it clean it can be challenging. Personally, when I open up a box and I see that there's a smudge cloth, typically that's one of the first things that I throw away because you really don't need a smudge cloth typically in today's society. But with this contraption, you definitely need one to keep on hands because it likes to attract fingerprints and pet hair so much. But it is a game changer in reading physical books at night or in low lighting. And my house is notorious for low lighting. So this is an absolute game changer. Finally, I can read physical copies of books at night without squinting, without having all the lights turned on in the house, without battling with a book light. It's phenomenal. Number 4 is a clear Kindle case. I love having a clear Kindle case because it allows me to change the personality of my Kindle as much as I want. I love designing new Kindle backgrounds to put into the back of the case. The Kindle case that I purchased came off of Amazon. I originally got a Kindle case, a clear Kindle case with the strap on the back to help it to be able to easily hold it. But then I just had to plan my designs around that strap because obviously you couldn't see what was behind the strap. That started to annoy me. So eventually I just got a clear Kindle case. And honestly, I didn't really see the need for a strap anymore. I got used to holding it without the strap and it really doesn't bother me at all. And originally, I was worried about the durability of the clear Kindle case, but this thing and I have been around everywhere, all across the state and then some. We've had no issues. And I'm pretty clumsy. It's still doing really well. If I am worried though about the safety of my Kindle, then I use my hardback front cover Kindle case that I got from Etsy. Check this thing out. It's so cool. It's very durable. The design is flawless. And I just absolutely love it. It makes me feel safe with the Kindle, especially when I'm traveling. When I'm going on a long road trip, or if I'm going to be going to a lot of different places, I change my Kindle into this case and everything is ready to go. And I feel like it's going to be safe. My mini book lights. This is a battery powered strand of little LED lights and they are just so cute. I found these at Target and I use them to light up my top two tiers of my biggest bookshelf. They bring me such joy. They provide a really great light, actually. They really light up the sprayed edges on my top shelf. Our next item is a mini projector. Particularly book girlies who love a good fantasy read, if you haven't gotten yourself a projector yet, why? Because this is a game changer when you're reading a fantasy. So I know that Barnes and Noble had them for a while. I got mine off of Amazon, I'm pretty sure. In fact, I got two because I loved it that much. I set one up in the reptile room at first, and then I ended up putting one in my bedroom because I loved it so much. They are incredible. It transforms your world into a complete fantasy land or whatever you want it to be. Sometimes my bedroom ceiling is Scotland, and sometimes my bedroom ceiling is a beach in the Caribbean. Sometimes my bedroom ceiling is wherever I want it to be, a magical pumpkin fantasy land, if that's what I want. It's the greatest thing ever. Usually, when I am reading a book, I don't like listening to music. I can't read the words of a book and listen to the words of a song at the same time, but I do like ambient noise. It can be instrumental music or it can be just sounds, especially a crackling fireplace. That's definitely my favorite. So I love turning on the projector and just having that background music and that special effects up on the ceiling. The projector that I have can connect to, I have two apps on it. It has Netflix and it has YouTube. I pretty much just use YouTube, and that allows me to have access to thousands and thousands and thousands of ambiance videos that I can listen to or watch for hours on end that provides my different experiences while I'm reading. Then we have my lap pillow. This thing is very cool. It allows me to have better posture while I'm reading, which is really important to me, especially being so tall. I really struggle with back issues. And so being able to kind of sit up and not be all hunched over while I'm reading is really beneficial to me. It provides the surface while I'm coloring as well. It also it has additional inserts to make the lap desk taller or shorter depending on what I need, which is fantastic. It came also with an additional cube that has two cup holders, and I think I use that cube more than anything else. In fact, I know I use that cube more than anything else. I use that cube on a daily basis with that cup holder. It just sits in the middle of my couch and I put drinks and stuff in it all the time. I lean on it while I'm watching TV, and it is like the end all be all of my daily life. I got that off of Amazon and I have loved every second of it. I wish I had gotten it sooner. My book frame holders are just the cherry on top of my home decor. I think they are actually for plates. But ladies and gentlemen, that is an incorrect description. They are for books. I adore how these look around my house. I have them in my bedroom, I have them across the living room. They are just such perfect pieces to this. They are just such perfect ways to display my favorite covers of my books. They do display hardbacks better than paperbacks, but I need a million more of them because literally I can't decide which books to display, and the books that get displayed change all the time because there are constantly new books that I want to display with the incredible covers. Speaking of different, our very last item is something that you're probably not going to see coming, and that is an overstuffed puffy coat that's actually for surfing that I got in Scotland from Go Outdoor. Thinking, what does this have to do with reading? And I will tell you, it has book-sized pockets. So while I was in Scotland, there was a couple of things that I wanted to go shopping for. I had to get waterproof boots to go hiking, and I wanted to get some proper wellies. I wanted to get proper Scottish rain boots. So I went into the store called Go Outdoors, and in the States, we need one of these stores so bad. It was incredible. And I got my boots, I got my wellies, and I looked over and there's this whole section for surfing in cold weather. I don't surf. Wasn't planning on getting into the icy northern Atlantic Ocean at any point during my trip. And there was this giant blue camo puffy coat. I was like, that is the most atrocious thing I've ever seen in my life. And I want it so bad. Then I stuck my hands in the pockets and I was like, an entire world could fit in these pockets. I'm taking this coat. And an entire world can fit in those pockets, and it's called a book. And sure enough, I actually wore that coat onto the plane back to London and put books in the pockets for me to read on the way back to London. And actually, I think I wore it. I'm pretty sure I wore it on the plane to London back to the States and put books in the pockets for me to read all the way back to the States. Because I didn't end up reading any books on the way back to London. I cried all the way back to London because I was so upset about leaving Scotland. But this coat was a game changer. And in the winter, on like the 4 days in Florida that I can wear this coat in the winter that we have, I shove books in these pockets, and it's the greatest thing ever. And I love it so much. So that is my list of the 10 items that I need to have the best bookish life that I possibly can. Those are the 10 accessories that I need to have the best bookish time, adventure, what have you. That's what I need to have to be able to read to my best self. I don't know. Those are the items I need for my best reading self. I don't know. However you want to put it. But yeah, I am not sponsored by any of these items. I just want to say I am not there. I have no coupon code or anything to give you. These are just items that I feel I have benefited from and wanted to share with you as fellow readers, and hope that you might get some benefit from. Let me show you a bonus item. Hold on. If you made it to the end, let me show you a bonus item that I thought was really adorable. It didn't make the list because I'm really sad about how small it was. But let me show you a bonus item that is super adorable. Look at this sign. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I love it so much, but also I'm so mad at it because the pictures online have it gigantic, like significantly larger. So when this showed up, I was so incredibly sad, especially kind of for the price that I paid for it. Anyway, if you want your own, it is on Walmart, and I will add this to the description of all the other stuff. Like I'll put all the stuff that I put links for all the stuff that I have like all the list in the description, just in case you want the bonus item as well. But I did want to show it to you because it is so cute. And I am currently working on transforming my bedroom from the undersea mermaid world that I painted it and decorated it as in my 20s now into the kind of very pumpkiny, autumnally, kind of spooky vibe that I'm really feeling in my 30s. And this was just like the perfect addition to that. And I thought it was so funny because, if you read something romantic, it's called it can be called spicy, and so this being autumny, it's pumpkin spicy. I thought it was hilarious. Like I just died. So yeah, I this is my little bonus item. It didn't make the list because of how small it was, but I just oh my god, he's so cute. He's got his little beanie on. Oh my gosh, yeah. So anyway, this obviously doesn't make my reading any better. It's just adorable. But yeah. So yeah. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.